Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, dear devotees, we are now going to see this Vaco vegam in short, that how Vaco vegam could be controlled. We saw that Vaco vegam could be controlled according to Srila Prabhupada by practicing Krishna Katha. Instead of speaking so many nonsense things, if it is not if it is really required to be spoken, we should speak about Krishna, or else we should keep quiet. So that will be better. We saw the story of Kalidas, who was made to greatest Pandit just because he could keep quiet. But when he spoke, then his greatness was revealed, his foolishness was revealed. So, of course, we should not remain fool and we should not remain quiet. We should not be just practicing no vacho, but we should practice Krishna consciousness. We should read Vedic literatures. There are immense Vedic literatures uh, given by acharyas, given by Shravyasdeva, and we should read them so that we could speak something meaningful. So, what are the different aspect of uh, good speech that we saw from Bhagavad Gita, from 17th chapter, 15th sloka, है ना? So different qualifications of a good speech. Vacho vegam, anuddegakaram vakyam, satyam, priyam, hitam chayat, swadhyaya, abhyasanam chaiva, vagmayam, tapa uchyate. So we saw that. Then we also saw that how if somebody is, Acharya tells that if somebody is not able to have these qualifications of speech, then he should practice swadhyaya abhyasanam chaiva. Swadhyaya. He should study Vedic literatures day in, day out. Yes. In that way, he will be able to control his urge of speech. So, in those qualifications of speech, there are different terminologies. The first one was anudvegakaram vakyam. We should not cause agitation to the listener. We should not cause agitation. Like some speakers like Duryodhan, who could agitate anybody by his speech. Any word will come out is for the sake of agitating others. So in Mahabharata, Vidurji tells to Dhritarashtra. So in Udyog Parva this is mentioned. Abhyavati kalyanam vividham vak subhasita shaiva durbhasita rajan anarthayopakαλpate rohate shayake viddam vanam parshuna hatam Vach duruktam bibitsam na samrohati vakshatam. So Vidurji telling, hey king, hey Dhritarashtra, Maharaj Dhritarashtra, the speech which is very pleasant in nature, having all the good auspiciousness into it. But if the same speech is unpleasant, which gives agitating effect, then that speech can bring immense inauspiciousness. So that's why when we are speaking, we should see that whether it's not going to agitate others. कभी कभार लोग जानबूझ के ऐसी बातें करते हैं जैसे कि लोग एजिटेट हो और लोग एजिटेट हो जाते हैं तो then they feel like yes my speech was powerful, yes I made such big agitation in the crowd, in the public, but actually this is not qualification, this is a failure of speech. The speech should not be agitating in wrong sense. If somebody get agitated to do pure devotion service, somebody gets agitated to do book distribution, somebody gets agitated to do devotional service for the Lord, that is well and fine, Kalia. But agitating people for the sake of giving them distress, giving them taking revenge. Those words are really bring so much inauspiciousness, inauspiciousness of like chain of inauspiciousness starts coming. When he spoke agitating word, then others will also speak agitating word. He will speak to him, so many people, and so many people gets agitated because of this one person is speaking agitating words. So Vidurji telling, if you cut the forest by axe, kulhadi ki bole Banglaতে, axe. If you cut the tree with the axe, then the tree will again come out. But if you cut somebody's heart with the painful, brutal, and agitating words, then that wound that has been created into the heart will never be able to heal automatically. It will take many years, many good words and works also to heal that. Still, people will remember. Okay, ये बंदा आज से 25 साल पहले मेरे साथ अच्छा से बात नहीं किया था. We still remember, right? So still that wound is there. That's why it's very important to speak something which doesn't agitate others. Anudega karam vakya. Then it should be satyam. It should be satyam. It should be truthful. We should not speak lie. जब समय मिलेगा, like anytime we just keep speaking lie. कोई ठिकाना नहीं है, right? कभी कुछ ही बोल सकते हैं. So it's mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam 8th canto 20th chapter. There, Mother Earth is telling that I can bear anybody's burden except person who is liar. There is nothing more sinful than untruthfulness. Nahi asatyati paro adharma. असत्य से ऊपर कोई अधर्म नहीं है. In North India also there is one poet. He tells that सांच बराबर पुण्य नहीं और झूठ बराबर पाप. He tells that speaking truth is a great punya and speaking lie is a great pap, great sinful activity. जाके हृदय सांच है ताके हृदय आप. The person who is truthful, in that person's heart Krishna resides. So one should be practicing truthfulness. Even there is some loss, but no issue. If something is for dharma, we should always speak truth only. But of course, sometimes we have to see that if that that truth is going to go contrary to dharma, then we can speak lie. But most often, for our own sense gratification, we should not speak lie. Nahi astiti paro adharmo iti hovacha bhuriyam sarvam sodum alam manne rite alik param naram. So, but if sometimes we have to speak lie, like we also tell devotees that, Prabhuji, if you have to go to camp, then you can speak lie, a bit little bit lie to your parents. झूठ बोल सकते हैं. Because if we speak truth, then they will not allow you. Then we can speak lie, right? For Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, if we speak truth there, then that is adharma actually. Speaking truth is adharma. So this is mentioned in Padma Puran. Lord himself is telling, Man nimittam kritam papam. If some papam, the sinful activity is done for me, api chemaya kalpate, that will be, if some papam, some lie has been spoken for my sake, then that will always be good. That will always result in good for the person who has spoken lie. Api chemaya kalpate. Mam anadritta dharmopi papam sanmat bhavata. But if somebody is speaking dharma, somebody is speaking truth also, but by disregarding Krishna, then papam syam, that will become sin. Mat prabhavata. By my prowess, by my power, Even though somebody has spoken the truth, but that is not in my favor of devotion service. It is not done for the favor of Guru Sadhu Shastras, then that is actually papam only. You remember the story of a Brahmana who happened to speak truth when some butchers they were following one cow, and cow happened to somehow or other got opportunity to hid herself into the hermitage of that rishi, that Brahmana. And the butchers they came running, searching for the cow, and they came across that Brahmana who was sitting in front of his hermitage, sitting in front of his thatched cottage, and he was meditating. And immediately butcher, "Hey Brahmana, please tell where is the cow?" And the Brahmana is now into a dilemma, what to do, whether to say truth or if we say lie. If he will say truth, then cow will be killed, and if we say lie, then cow will be said, but I will be a culprit. I will be like a transgressor of dharma of not speaking truth. So his mind was not working good. He spoke truth, so-called truth, nonsense truth, which later on resulted in butchering of a cow. Right? One should have brain to apply dharma nicely. If you would have spoken lie, then okay, the cow just went that side. Then cow would have been saved. The cow is so dear to Krishna. Cow is so dear to dharma. So cow protection is higher principle than the lower principle of speaking truth. Right? Cow protection, Vaishnava seva, Vishnu worship, Krishna bhakti, Krishna bhavana. These are all higher principles, much higher principle than just simply speaking truth. So where he would have uh, spoken lie and got a lot of pious credit of saving a cow, where what he did, he spoke so-called truth and incurred so much of sin, papa of being the partner in killing cows. Right? So it's not like a digital 0-1 system. So we should have a proper understanding like when to speak what. So that is very important. Satyam. Many people they have to speak lie also. Who speak lie so often in the society? Like a businessman, baniya, mudi khana. If you go to mudi khana, then I mean the merchant, what his name is, dukandar. Sir, for you, I don't make any profit. For you only, I don't make any profit because you are very near and dear. I know you for many years, so I don't make any profit. But is he speaking? Is he speaking truth? No. If he's not making profit, then why he's selling anyway? He's making profit. That's why he's selling. So, but he's making profit. He's speaking lie. So, like this, in the lawyers, नाम ही उसका lawyers. Liar means lawyer we say, but if you hear uh, sometimes people they say liar. So liar means who speaks untruth. They have to speak untruth also. Right? So there are different considerations. So in for the Brahmanas, mostly for the Brahmanas, there is no Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, uh, Vaishyas are sometimes they are waved off from speaking truth because of their occupation. But Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, they always fixed into Satyam Vada, right? They always speak truth only. So then it should be pleasing. It should be pleasing to the ears. Anudayakaram Vakyam Satyam. Then it should be pleasing to ears. Priya. ऐसा नहीं कि सत्य बोल रहा है लेकिन ऐसा बोल रहे हैं कि लग रहा है ऐसे सत्यम ब्रियात प्रियम ब्रियात न ब्रियात सत्यम प्रियात. So we should speak truth, but we should speak in the very much. gentle way, so that it works to the people. We should not speak something very much which is not so pleasing to ears. Just like Vidurji, when he came from some around 20, more than 20 years of pilgrimage, he comes back, returns back to Hastinapur after so many years. And he is knowing that Krishna has already departed from the world. Lord is already winded up his pastimes. So he spoke so many things to Yudhishthira Maharaj, but he avoided speaking Lord's disappearance. Why? Because Vidurji do not want to give unnecessarily trouble to Yudhishthira Maharaj from his own self. Because he's aware that people are anyway suffering. Why to increase more quantity of suffering? Anyway, news is going to come somewhere other. As Arjuna is already gone, Arjuna will come and he will get the news. So why myself be the instrument of accelerating the uh, suffering of good souls like Yudhishthira Maharaj? So it should be hitam also. Whatever you speak, that should be for the benefit of other person. Uh, we should not simply speak like, okay, वहाँ की कहानी, उस प्रभु की कहानी, उस भक्त की कहानी, here and there. But what benefit one is going to get? Either the listener or the speaker, nothing. And one should not speak those things. One should try not to speak those things. प्रियम उक्तम हितम नहीं तद इति मत्वा न तद वदेत. प्रियम उक्तम, अगर प्रिय चीज है लेकिन हितम नहीं है, one should not speak. विष्णु पुराण श्रेयस तत्र हितम वाच्यम यद्यपि अत्यंत अप्रिय. लेकिन अगर वो वाक्य जो कि अप्रिय है, कान में सुनने में उतना अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है, लेकिन हितम करेगा, if this will beneficiary for a person, and that is better than speaking very pleasingly but of no hitam. So like Srila Prabhupada ji, sometimes Prabhupada speaks so powerfully, just smashes people like anything. But those all so-called apriyam vakyam, which is not so pleasing to hear, but it is most beneficial. Just like medicine given by Ayurvedacharya. It's so bitter, but it is really very much beneficial, actually, beneficial. If Srila Prabhupada not have been spoken rascals and fools to Mayavadi scientists, then we, at least myself, we are such fools that we would have still kept some faith upon those people. Okay, anyway, these people are also good, and Prabhupada is also good. But no, 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 no. Srila Prabhupada do not want any any compromise. That's why Srila Prabhupada has spoken that these rascals who do not believe in God, they are simply rascals. These scientists, if they're 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 telling there is no God, things are coming from chemicals. So these things are not so much pleasing to hear, but it is Shreyas. Shreyas tatra hitam vacham yadyapi atyant apriyam. So if possible, if things are beneficial, we can speak truth. We can speak very gently, we can speak very nicely. But if it's required to be told unpleasant words, that is going to benefit others, then we must speak. We must speak. We should not keep quiet. अरे बुरा लग जाएगा उसको. क्या करेंगे? If somebody is going to fall down playing the kite from the terrace, then a person who is really well wisher, he will certainly tell that boy, hey, you will smell or you will fall down. Otherwise, it's, "अरे बच्चे को खेलने दो, अगर रोने लगेगा तो क्या होगा?" Then he will be spoiled. So these are the like general common principles devotees should practice actually. Because most of the time, it's not like we always speaking Krishna Katha. Those who are Paramahansas, they always speak Krishna Katha. Right? I don't know how many, I just myself not Paramahansa. So best is always speak Krishna Katha. Whenever you get opportunity, speak Krishna Katha. Speak Krishna Katha. That is the glorious speech mentioned in Bhagavatam 10th canto by Srila Sukadeva Goswami. Savagyas Kayatasya Gunan Vignite. Otherwise, we should be very conscious about these ornaments of speech given by Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita 17th chapter. Okay, so now let's go to second vegam, Vacha vegam, then comes Manasa vegam. After Vacha vegam comes Manasa vegam. So I'm going to share this. So we'll read it. Hare Krishna. So share. Are you able to see this, Prabhu? Screen?
No. Yes, Prabhu, we can see.
Restlessness. Who can read? Ankur Prabhu, could you read?
Yes, Prabhu, I can. From where?
From here.
The restlessness or fleetiness of the mind, manovega, is controlled when one can fix his mind on the lotus feet of Krishna. The Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya 22.31 says, Krishna Surya
Surya Sam.
Sama, Maya, Prabhu,
माया
you
होय
read it.
अंधकार बिन जहाँ कृष्ण तहाँ नहीं मायर अधिकार.
Krishna is just like the sun, and Maya is just like darkness. If the sun is present, there is no question of darkness. Similarly, if Krishna is present in the mind, there is no possibility of the minds being agitated by Maya's influence. The yogic process of negating all material thoughts will not help. To try to create a vacuum in the mind is artificial. The vacuum will not remain. However, if one always think of Krishna and how to serve Krishna best, one's mind will naturally be controlled. Similarly, anger can be controlled. We cannot stop anger altogether. But if we simply become angry with those who blaspheme the Lord
Lord.
or the duties or of the Lord, we control our anger in Krishna consciousness. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became angry with his miscreant
Miscreant
brothers
brothers.
Jagai
Jagai
and
and
Madhai,
Madhai.
who uh, blasphemed and
And
struck
struck Nityananda.
in Saga. Lord Chaitanya wrote, Trinodapi Sunichena Tarodapi Sahisnuna. One should be humble than the grass and more tolerant than the tree. One may then ask why the Lord exhibited his anger. The point is that one should be ready to tolerate all insult to one's own self. But when Krishna
Or his pure
or
devotee is blasphemed.
blasphemed, a genuine devotee becomes angry and acts like fire against the offenders. Krodha, anger, cannot be stopped, but it can be applied rightly. It was in anger that Hanuman set fire to Lanka, but he is worshipped as the greatest devotee of Lord Ramchandra. This means that he utilized his anger in the right way. Arjuna serves as another example. He was not willing to fight, but Krishna incited his anger. You must fight. To fight without anger is not possible. Anger is controlled, however, when utilized in the service of the Lord.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhu. So, Vacho, Manasa vegam and Krodha vegam. Those these two vegams are quite interconnected. So, Manasa vegam, which is Manasa vegam, which is mind is so restless or flickering. Where in Bhagavad Gita, Lord tells about characteristics of mind, or Arjuna tells. Anybody remember? Arjuna tells about the characteristics of mind. Huh? Anybody can tell where? It's mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. I'll take it out for you. Chanchalam. Chanchalam himana Krishna. Remember, no? Chanchalam himana Krishna. Pramathi balavaddidam. Tasyaham nigraham manne vayo riv suduskaram. So this mind is most chanchal, flickering. That's what Srila Prabhupada is telling here. Chanchalam hi mana Krishna. Then Pramathi balavaddidam. It is Pramathi. It is like very much agitating. Pramatham. It's mad. This is the sloka. Chanchalam hi mana Krishna pramathi balavaddidam tashyaham nigraham manne vayoriv suduskaram. So here different qualifications of mind has been given. Chanchalam is flickering. Mind is chanchalam, very flickering. Pramathi, agitating. Balavat, very strong. Dridam, obstinate. And uh, yeah, one, two, three, and four. So mind is having these qualifications. First of all, it is flickering like a bandar. Sometimes from this branch to another branch, another branch to another branch, it moves like a monkey. Then it is like a madman. What a pramati, agitating, and very powerful. Very, very powerful. Mind is powerful like anything. A mind can go so far in a very short period of time. And it's obstinate. Uh, Pramati, Balavat, is very powerful. Dridam. Dridam is obstinate. Vidhi. Vidhi, we say, no, some kids, they are very obstinate. So if you tell them not to do something, but they will do the same thing. They will not leave that. Vidhi ladka hai, like that. So these are the qualifications of mind. So how could one control this mind? But Sri Goswami is telling, must control it. Vaco vegam manasa. Second. So we need to understand really the greatest enemy, which is our mind. And also in Bhagavad Gita, Lord is telling, it is Ripu. It is your Bandhu also. Bandhu, Atma, Bandhur Atma, Manastasya. Yenatma, Atmanam Jita. Vartate, Atma Satru, Atma is one of the meaning of Atma is mind also. So the same Atma, when it is controlled, same mind when it is controlled, then it is like Bandhu. Bandhu. And when it is not controlled, Ripu. Ripu means enemy. It's enemy which is not in control. So what is the characteristics of mind? It's mentioned in 12th canto, 6th chapter, 30th sloka. मनश्च संकल्प विकल्प वृत्ति. मन की जो वृत्ति है वो क्या है? sometimes it will take sankalpa. I will resolute of it that I will do this. After some time, say, oh, I cannot do this. I will not do it. Again, he will, after some time, he will say, I will do it. Again, say, I will not do it. So mind is always moving from sankalpa and vikalpa vritti. Mana consists of function vikalpa and sankalpa. Sankalpa and vikalpa. Determination and, okay, it's optional. I will not go for it. So we have to be very, very now keen, because mind is something by which, if mind is controlled, then one can control all the senses. All the senses one can control if mind is controlled. If mind is in Krishna, then automatically all the senses could be very much controlled. But how to control this mind is the biggest danger, biggest challenge for all types of yogis, practically. So unless mind is controlled, there is no advancement in Krishna consciousness. We should understand. Unless mind is controlled. So how mind could be controlled? What is the way of controlling the mind? So Prabhupada is telling, so mind could be controlled by thinking about Krishna. Mind could be controlled about by thinking about Krishna. Otherwise, if you try to control it by other ways, then for some time of amount of period, it will feel like, oh, it's now controlled. But later on, like, one way of controlling the mind is through pranayam. Pranayam, if you do pranayam, different pranayams like Palbhati, Bhastrika, then people they do Kumbhak and Brahmari and Onkar. So that is one level of controlling the mind. By that, mind becomes very peaceful. If somebody is so much engrossed in material activities, and for him it becomes very difficult to control the mind, then it is recommended then he should do pranayam. Right? So by pranayam, doing pranayam, little bit mind becomes calm and cool, little calm and cool, which is like uh, so much chanchal, which is so much turbulent. A turbulent thing to control is very bit difficult, but it becomes little calm. Chanchalam wala aspect थोड़ा कम गया, then we can easily, maybe little easy, it becomes little easy to control the mind. But it's not the ultimate way of controlling the mind, because as soon as the effect of pranayam gets over, then again mind takes over. Then it becomes again Vichringchalit. That's why people they do pranayam in the morning and they do papayam in evening. In night time they do all different sub sinful activities. Papayam. Right? Why? Because their mind is not controlled. So how we can control the mind? There is no other way. Srila Prabhupada has directly told it in Nectar instruction that if one has to control the mind, he has to think about Krishna's lotus feet. Because as soon as we think about Krishna's lotus feet, immediately mind may have so many different types of uh, like sedimentations, like bad impressions, bad feelings about someone. Could be so many things, right? Uh, somebody has offended, so to speak, us, or maybe somebody has spoke rashly with us. So mind is thinking about all this. So maybe somebody has given a very good words to us, and then mind is thinking about them also. So mind thinks about so many things, so many people, so many words, so many objects. So one thing is that one has to bring that mind to the lotus feet of Krishna. So as soon as Krishna's lotus feet comes in the mind, all that different darkness means thinking anything of except lotus feet of Krishna. So that goes away. Otherwise, if you simply say no, 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 you have to just control the mind. That's it is called abhyasam. You have to control, bring the mind again and again and again to the lotus feet of Krishna. That abhyasam one should do. Uh, then what happens? We will able to control the mind. Abhyasena tu kaunteya In next sloka only, Krishna is going to Abhyasena tu konteya vairagyena cha griyate. So Abhyasa, we have to bring the mind back again, 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 and Lord is Spirit of Krishna. And we should do Abhyasena tu konteya vairagyena cha. So what Abhyasa should one should do? One should not try to make माइंड टू बी वैकेंट. ओके, अभ्यास कर रहे हैं माइंड को वैकेंट करने के लिए, मन में कुछ नहीं आना चाहिए. सो दैट विल नॉट बी पॉसिबल एक्चुअली. इन दैट वे वी वांट टू एबल टू control the mind. We have to practice controlling the mind through this particular uh, this particular way of bringing mind deliberately on the lotus feet of Krishna. This is mentioned in 5th canto 11th chapter 7th sloka. So there a very special weapon is being used. Weapon is being discussed, where a weapon of service to Krishna and Guru, by which one can actually control the mind. So I'm just sharing this. Yahi velikam swayam atma motion. Very beautiful sloka. Bhratravyamenam tadadhabraviryam upekshaya dheditam pramattaha. Are you able to see this, Prabhu?
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhu.
This is the instruction of Jad Bharat to King Rahugan, in which Jad Bharat Maharaj is instructing Rahugan Maharaj how to control the mind. Can we recite this together? Haribol.
yes,
Yes, Prabhu.
Bhratravyamenam tadabhraviryam.
Kartavyena
Bhratyavyamenam tad
आपको सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है?
adapraviryam.
तो बोल रहे हैं या नहीं बोल रहे?
Yes, Prabhu.
Haribol.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes,
Are you able to
Prabhu.
hear me
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, yes,
and see this?
yes,
Yes, Prabhu.
Upekshaya deditam apramattaha.
Upeksha
upekshaya dhetitam apramattaha.
Gurodharesh charanopasanastro.
Guru Hare
Haresh
Sharanopasanaśtro
charanopasanastro.
Jahi velikam swayam atmamosham.
Jayi
Jahi
Valikam
vyalikam swayam atmamosham.
So, Bhratravyam. The similar kind of adjectives are given to mind here in this sloka also by Jad Bharat. So this mind is formidable enemy, Bhratravyam, Ripu. This mind, Dhabra Viryam, very, very powerful. Just like Arjuna is telling in Bhagavad Gita, that it is Balavad, Dridam, Balavan, it's Balavan. And here, Adhabra Viryam, very powerful. Adhabra Viryam means like unmatchable powerful. Mind is unmatchable powerful. Upekshaya adhyedhitam upekshaya. If you neglect your mind, then it will become more powerful. How one can neglect the mind? Neglect the mind means not taking care of it, not bringing back to Krishna, not giving, not controlling, not trying to controlling, not try to control it. Just neglect it. Neglect the mind. So by neglecting the mind, it will become more powerful. Veditam apramattaha, one who is without illusion. The person who is out of illusion, जो मोहित नहीं है, जो माया के भ्रम में नहीं पड़ा है, for them he should control the mind. How he should control the mind? Apramatta people, those who are not pagal, not mad. Guru Hare Charana Upasana Astra. Guru, spiritual master, Hari, supreme personality Godhead. Charan means the lotus feet. Upasana Astra, applying the weapon of worshipping. So those who are intelligent people, those who are not mad people, those who are not bewildered by illusion, for them it's required to control the mind. How they can control the mind? By an astra, by a weapon. What is that weapon? That weapon is Weapon is worshipping of Guru and Hari's Charana. Charana, Hari, Guru, Charana, Upasana, Astra. Guru, Hari, Charana, Upasana. The first is Guru. Guru or Hari's Charana, Upasana, Astro. By this Astra, one can control the mind. Otherwise, we can never be able to control it. Upekshayaditam akramatah. If we neglect, then it will remain always uncontrolled, always even more powerfully uncontrolled. Right? This is what we saw. 40,000 years of Vishwamitra Muni's tapasya could not give him any credit so that he could control the mind. 40,000 years. 40,000 years, in one sense, he was doing upeksha of mind and he could not control. Then 60,000 years after, I mean, he could not control. But at the end, he took shelter of Vasisht Muni and he became a friend and servant of Vasisht Muni. Before he was fighting with Vasisht Muni, he could not control. But when he became friend and servant of Vasisht Muni, he got bhakti of Lord Sri Ram, Hari. Then he was able to control his mind. Right? And हम कौन से खेत की मूली हैं? Control the mind. It's impossible unless and until one takes shelter of the lotus feet of the Sri Guru and Hari. First comes Guru means first Guru and Hari. Guru or Hari Charano Upasana Astra. This is the Astra, this is the weapon by which one can surely control the most formidable enemy called mind, which is Adhabra which is very, very powerful. Hey, Jahi Velikam, conquer false. This mind is it is deceptor of the soul, which covers the constitutional position of living entity. So this mind is a person who is covering us by making us to think we are everything except servant of Krishna. Right? This mind is telling us always, you have nothing to do with Krishna. You can be independent. You can opt of not serving Krishna. You can opt for not serving Guru. You have the independence. You are a free jiva. So this is the mind's business to make us always rebellious against Krishna and Guru. But if we think about service to Guru and Krishna, then this mind will ultimately, slowly, it will get tuned up. It will get into a clutch, right? Otherwise, there is no other way than this astra. This is the greater astra than even Brahmastra. Brahmastra cannot also control the mind. Vayavyastra, Parvatastra. By Parvatastra, one can control the wind. Arjuna is telling, I can control the wind by Parvatastra, but I cannot control this mind. Which astra I will use? Bharat Maharaj is giving us clue in Bhagavatam. Yes, there is an astra by which you can control the mind also, Arjuna. What is that astra? What is that astra? Guru Haresh Charano Upasana Astra. Yes. So, congratulations. We have already met uh, Srila Prabhupada and his dear disciples in the form of Guru. And also we have got Hari, Krishna, so that we could worship him, the lotus feet. And in this way, we would be able to control over this most formidable enemy called mind. Okay, so for today, this much only. We shall continue on with the mind next session. So I like to just keep a pause here. Anything to say from this particular discussion? If not, then we shall chant Hare Krishna mantra one round together.
Prabhu, may I ask a question
Yes, Prabhu, please ask.
from Bhagavad Gita?
Yes.
প্রভু কাল ওই আমগলিয়া প্রভুর একটা ক্লাস দেখছিলাম, তো ওখানে উনি 7 চ্যাপ্টারের একটা শ্লোক ডিফাইন করছেন 7.3। তো ওখানে
Huh?
উনি ডিফাইন করার একদিকে বলছিলেন যে যারা কর্মযোগ পারফর্ম করছে তারা মানে প্রত্যেকটা যোগ যখন আমরা পারফর্ম করি সেগুলোতে আমাদের কিছু না কিছু স্বার্থ থেকে যায়। যেমন কর্মযোগ পারফর্ম করলে কর্মর বন্ধনে আমরা কিছুটা আবদ্ধ হয়ে যাই। জ্ঞানযোগ যদি পারফর্ম করি সেখানে আমাদের ইন্টেলিজেন্সের প্রতি একটা আসক্তি থাকে। অষ্টাঙ্গ যোগের ক্ষেত্রে আমাদের শরীর প্রাণায়াম ইত্যাদি করার ফলে আমাদের শরীরের প্রতি একটা ইয়ে থাকে, আসক্তি থাকে। এবং ইভেন যে ভক্তি যোগ করছে সে যদি ভক্তি যোগ প্রপারলি কমপ্লিট করতে পারে পারফর্ম করতে পারে তাহলে সে বৈকুণ্ঠ প্রাপ্ত হয়, বাট নট কৃষ্ণ। তো তাহলে কৃষ্ণকে পারফর্ম করার কৃপা এবং আহ, ভক্তিযোগ পারফর্ম করেও কেন কৃষ্ণকে প্রাপ্ত করা যায় না, সেটা প্রশ্ন।
তো প্রভু কি মানে রেফারেন্স দিয়ে বলেছেন সেটা তো আমি জানি না, বুঝতে পারছেন? ভক্তি করলে কৃষ্ণকে জানা যায় না, ভগবান তো নিজে বলছেন ভক্তি আমার অভিজানাতি ইয়ামনে শাস্মি তত্ত্বতা। তো ভগবান তো নিজে বলছেন ভক্তি দ্বারা আমাকে জানা যায়। হুম, তো প্রভু কোন অ্যাঙ্গেলে নিচ্ছেন ভক্তিকে, যে ভক্তি দ্বারা কৃষ্ণকে জানা যায় না, ভক্তি তো করে বৈকুণ্ঠে পৌঁছতে পৌঁছানো যায়, সেটা তো আমি বলতে পারছি না, প্রভুকেই জিজ্ঞেস করতে হবে আপনার, বুঝতে পারলেন? ভক্তি করে তো ভগবান নিজেই বলছেন তত্ত্বটা আমাকে জানলে আমার কাছে চলে আসবে, হ্যাঁ, গোলক বৃন্দাবন চলে আসবে, কৃষ্ণের কাছে চলে আসবে। ভক্তি অভিজানতি বলছেন, তাহলে ভক্তি করলেই তো ভগবান কাছে যাওয়া যায়, আর তো আর কিছু আলাদা। কিন্তু কোন ভক্তি সেটা তো দেখতে হবে। বৈদিক ভক্তি করলে বৈকুণ্ঠে যাওয়া যায়, রাগানুগা করলে, রাগানুগা হলে গোলকে যাওয়া যাবে। আর বৈদিক বৈদিক ভক্তি, শুধু বৈদিক ভক্তি করলে তো গোলকে যাওয়া যাবে না। সে ভক্তির মধ্যেও পার্থক্য রয়েছে, অনেক লেভেলে রয়েছে। তো সেটা হয়তো সেইগুলি ওখানে বলা হচ্ছে, এটা তো আমি বুঝতে পারছি না। ওকে।
আচ্ছা প্রভু, ঠিক আছে।
हरे कृष्णा। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। हरे कृष्णा।